Make sure you check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfella1 Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. What's going on? We back, Goodfella Sports TV. We in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. And we got a rare fight this Sunday. Jose Uzcategui taking on Caleb Plant, FS1, Brooklyn Boxing. I believe it's going down at the Microsoft Center in LA or whatever it's called. We in the building. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, thehealthblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1 Boxing. Get 18% off their all natural products, especially if you're into eating clean, living clean, fitness. Why not, use everyday clean products like they all natural toothpaste, lotions, deodorant, foot soaks, bath bombs. Website promo code in the description. Use the promo code, get 18% off until any additional discounts or promos they're running with that 18%. So get the 18% regardless. We're gonna talk about the prediction for Jose Uzcategui and Caleb Plant. Uzcategui basically got handed the belt when James DeGale dropped that belt. And before I get into it, don't forget to check out my Patreon account. I have a hardcore, uncensored, raw boxing tier. It's only $2 a month. I have a food for thought tier, hood serious, relationship advice, just current events. We kick it real raw. Check out that tier as well too. And I will be doing fight predictions 48 hours early on there, so you get early access to my fight predictions and other content as well too. So go ahead and join the Patreon. Only $2 a month for the boxing tier. All right, both are real affordable. Other tiers $5, but both guys are around the same height. I think Plant is 1 inch shorter than Jose Uzcategui. That's what I'm gonna call him, Uzcategui. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to pronounce his actual last name. He's from Venezuela. Went over to Tijuana to start his professional career. When he's 6'2", 70, just over 76-inch reach advantage, arm length. He got almost probably just over 2.5-inch reach advantage over Caleb Plant, who got a 74-inch reach. Both are undefeated. Uzcategui, both have the perfect storm, the perfect style to make a perfect fight. And honestly, I don't know who I'm gonna pick, so I'm gonna have to talk myself into it. I've been wavering. Uzcategui is 28. 2 no draws, 23 knockouts. Only loss was a DQ to Andre Durrell. He came back and avenged that and made him quit. And then he beat Matt Korobov. Oh, he lost to Matt Korobov back in 2014. That's before Andy Lee had knocked him out. He beat Porky Medina in 2013. One of the first dudes to beat him. He went the distance. And think about Jose Uzcategui. He's never won 12 rounds. Okay, never. He's been 10-3 on 3 different occasions versus Medina and lost to Korobov and another guy who I'm not even going to look for his name because it don't really matter. Plant is 17-0, 0 draws, 10 knockouts. He 26 years old. I thought he was older than that. Medina's 28 years old. 6'1", 74-inch reach. Nickname is Sweet Hands. He's been 10 3 times, okay? He's been 12 versus Porky Medina. Medina kind of had a hurt leg in that fight. But, that's the drop on him. Uzcategui is an aggressive fighter, okay? Very aggressive. Long, lanky. Both guys are actually more natural middleweights than super middleweights. But Medina is real long, real lanky. Got heavy hands. But I'm just trying to figure out how heavy is his hands. Is he really a power puncher? And it seems to be that way. He won 10 his last fight on ESPN Plus app. I couldn't find a ton of footage on Jose, man. It ain't a ton of footage out there. And Caleb Plant don't got a ton of footage. So, this is what it is. But Uzcategui seemed to have a good right hand, good left hook, real power puncher. Don't really go to the body that much in a little bit of film I've seen on him. But I remember watching him fight Korobov on HBO back in the day. Real lanky guy. I think he better as a middleweight. I guess he was able to really grow into his body at middleweight and it seemed like he had a lot of pop when he fought Matt Korobov. Korobov dropped him in like 2 times in in one of those rounds. I just went back and watched that fight again, and that just shows me how strong of a chin Jermall Charlo actually had. Korobov knockout ratio is kind of deceiving because he put Brian Vera on his butt like 3 or 4 times on Uzcategui boxing. I was just watched that fight a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, you know, Uzcategui is a good lengthy fighter, but he don't use his height. Okay, he don't use his height, but I'll say that for later. But he's a good aggressive fighter. Come forward, presses you, heavy hands. Like to see him go to the body a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Go to the body, but you know what he does well. Let's start off their strength. Heavy-handed fighter, aggressive fighter, and we know they like to score for the aggressor. You know, ever since Canelo and Triple G won, they like to score these fights for the aggressor for the most part. But Tony Harrison did get one for the boxers versus Jermall Charlo. So, you know, he's aggressive, so he got that going to him. Good power puncher. Good power in both hands, okay? I don't know how heavy his hands are, but good power in both hands. Pretty good fluid hand speed. Pretty good jaw. Got hard and got off the canvas before. Been down a couple times versus Korobov, but he said had never been knocked down or knocked out in his whole professional career to that point. But, you know, that was that middleweight. You know, Caleb Plant, what he does well is, you know, good hand speed, good finesse, great finesse game. Okay, great finesse game, great boxer. I would say good boxer. You got to prove to be a great boxer. Good, you know, good defense. Good at rolling shots, catching shots on the gloves. Very confident fighter. He fights with a ton of confidence. He, you know, puts that confidence off in and out the ring. A lot of people say he don't have no power. I believe that's not true. I believe he got plenty of power to be able to keep Uzcategui off of him. But it depends on what style that he fights, and I'll explain that in a minute. But, you know, good jab, good 1-2 fighter. You know, he had jab to the body. I love his jab to his body. I think that's going to be very, very key in this fight, that jab to that body. He jab upstairs, you know, keep it basic. He'll throw some combinations here and there, usually keep it 2 to 3. But that's pretty much him. You talking about weakness for Uzcategui. Uzcategui, you know, he ain't gonna use his height and his reach. That's one thing you gotta worry about. Uzcategui don't really have no finesse to his game. You know what I'm saying? He'll sit there in the pocket and let his hands go, but he don't have no defense for real. You know what? He put his hands up, but you ain't got to worry about him slipping, dipping, bending at the knees at all. And you ain't got to worry about him outboxing you for the most part as far as on the back foot. But, you know, like I said before, his style is perfect for this fight, to be honest. But pretty much that's it. He got a really good chin, but his weakness, he ain't going to box and use his height and his reach. You know what I'm saying? And he got to work, you know, his defense ain't all that good. But, you know, that's pretty much it, man. Other than, you know, not being 12 before. He's never been 12 rounds before. But he had 10 hard rounds with Korobov. So, you know, people worry about Caleb Plant moving a lot. And I explain that. Well, Uzcategui ain't been 12 before, you know, in his whole professional career. So that's something to look at. When you talk about Caleb Plant, lack of aggressiveness. He not aggressive enough. I don't know if he's scared to get hit or he just like to box and move. But at this championship level, and Uzcategui's proven to be a championship level fighter, you can't just be moving all fight. At some point, he going to have to come forward. He not aggressive enough. You know, when you ain't aggressive enough, you got a guy that love to come forward and get leverage on his punches. You know, that could be a problem. Obviously, weaknesses being in championship level fights like this, you know, level opposition ain't that good. So we really going to find out a lot about him. We got to find out about his jaw. We going to find out about his intangibles, his heart. You know, we got to find out, see if his stamina is good enough to go hard 12 with Uzcategui. And stamina is a big question for both fighters, you know. Stamina is a huge question for both fighters. One fighter never went 12 before. Other fighter barely went 12 with Porky Medina. A guy who had a knee injury who I think he should have had stopped. And Caleb Plant when he fought him. They both went the distance, 10 rounds. Well, Plant went 12 rounds with Uzcategui because it was a title eliminator. I mean, with Medina. Uzcategui went 10 because it's a regular fight. There wasn't no title limiter, nothing like that. But one thing I also want to say before I get into my synopsis for this fight, which will be pretty detailed, is that Uzcategui don't do well going backwards, okay? Just like most Mexican fighters, because he learned to fight up in Tijuana. He don't go good. He don't go well going backwards, but that may not be a problem in this fight. Now, what Uzcategui needs to do to win this fight is just be him, you know. Pretty much he got the upper hand going into this fight. by being him, coming forward, being aggressive. I think he need to put some work into the body too this fight. And that's important. I didn't see him go to a body, but I haven't seen a lot of this film. But I would go to the body a lot in this fight, digging right hands and left hooks to the body. Working upstairs, putting that jab in Caleb Plant's face, walking him down, and just pressuring him all night. I think at some point Uzcategui could be down multiple rounds in this fight, but I think a lot of the fans will be favoring him to spark out Caleb Plant late because his style is real aggressive. Love to go to the body. Got more experience against top opposition than Caleb Plant, but I would inform him to go to the body a lot, press forward, jab, jab, keep the jab rolling. Just be aggressive. Be who Uzcategui is, an aggressive fighter that brings the pain. This should look similar to the Andre Dirrell fight. You're gonna have a fighter in Caleb Plant who is similar to Andre Dirrell in the fashion of he don't like coming forward, he don't like being aggressive, and it could be the point where Andre Dirrell never liked contact in boxing. Andre Dirrell never liked to get hit, and Caleb Plant kind of got that similar style to not liking to get hit. He want to be pretty, So I think that's why those guys aren't aggressive like they could be in the ring. You know what I'm saying? But Uzcategui just got to keep the pressure on them, cut the ring off. That's what they should be working on in camp, is cutting the ring off, using the jab. Or like Caleb Plant like to go to his left. I'm going to his left, and I'm forcing him, back to his right and walking him right into a left hook to the body. This subtle things, that you need to cut the ring off and how you close the distance. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to do, man. If Uzcategui don't close the distance off from this guy, he gonna get this guy life. So you go in there, you use your jab, you bang to the body. If he like to go to his left, you step to his left. You know what I'm saying? Use your jab. He go back to his right, set the right hook to the body, and then you pressure him. You stick in, you step back in with your jab, and you make him fight. Pin him to the ropes, pin him to the corners. Caleb Plant do not like to fight. He like to box and look pretty. You work the body, kill the rib cage, come up with an uppercut. A lot of body work. This fight should be Uzcategui's key game plan. Uppercut to the head, work the body, put your head in his chest, and I guarantee you might get Caleb Plant to quit, or you're gonna get a beast. Either or. Nobody know if he a beast or he a quitter, because he hasn't been tested. You know what I'm saying? But we do know he don't like to get hit. We do know he don't like contact. We do know he like to just move around the ring all night, and you can't do that on this level. You can't box. It's very, very few fighters who can box and move around the ring for 12 rounds. At some point, you got to sit there and bang with a guy, or sit in the pocket and make him miss and operate in like a surgeon. You can't move around for 12 rounds in every fight. And that's where it gets troubling for Caleb Plant. What Caleb Plant actually needs to do is sit down. Sit down, use your jab, let your reflex take over, counter Uzcategui. He gonna give you plenty of opportunities to counter him, but you can't move. Sometimes you got to stand your ground and make a boxing move. You know what I'm saying? And Caleb Plant doesn't do that. Very few times does Caleb Plant sit down and make a boxing move. You know what I'm saying? He need to be jabbing to Uzcategui's body as he coming in. Jabbing, then come over the top with the right hand. Tying him up, twisting him, sitting in the pocket this fight. And you gotta move Uzcategui backwards. You know what I'm saying? But Caleb Plant do all the moving backwards, and if you move backwards and you allow Uzcategui to come forward, that's playing into his strength. That's gonna make it look better on the judges. That he coming forward, you moving back the whole fight. No matter if you really making a miss or you catching the shots on your shoulder roll, catching them on the gloves. Caleb Plant has to move forward, double, triple jab to the head, jab to the body, come forward, be aggressive, push Uzcategui back, and I guarantee you, if you force Uzcategui to go backwards, his game plan is going to be messed up. He's going to keep going forward. Then you're going to be able to walk him into uppercuts, walk him into left hooks. Go to the body as well. Jab to the body, come up top, set him up. A lot of feints. Get him to just get frustrated and get overzealous or overzealous in there. And then you be able to slip the uppercut underneath. That's what he need to do. He did a shoulder roll. I seen Stevie Forbes show a post where he did a shoulder roll counter uppercut where he said he could just do more than a roll counter or the pull counter. I would like to see Caleb Plant, sneak in that uppercut versus Uzcategui where he coming in. But I think it's imperative for Caleb Plant to push Uzcategui backwards. he got to push him backwards in this fight. Jab to the body, jab to the head, double to the head. He going to have to be aggressive. If he's aggressive, he going to have a great opportunity getting Uzcategui out there in the late rounds. But if Uzcategui is the aggressor the majority of the fight, he going to get Caleb Plant up out of there. I'm telling you, Caleb Plant I don't think he has the stamina, or the experience level to go 12 rounds boxing versus an animal like Uzcategui. And like I said, it's going to be the battle of styles. Who gonna be able to implement their style? And if my money was on that, just looking at history, I think, Uzcategui is going to be able to implement his style and pressure Caleb Plant. Now the question is, can Caleb Plant show something different on the championship level? Can he come forward enough rounds and then eventually when he tired Uzcategui out, walk Uzcategui into shots? If I think Caleb Plant is going to get this knockout, and talk about if he gets this knockout, it's going to be being aggressive early on and then probably walking Uzcategui into an uppercut, man. Counter pull uppercut. That's what he should be looking for. But a lot of jabs to the body, a lot of jabs to the face. I mean, to the head, to the body, single jab. Then you might jab to the head. But I want to see double, triple jabs from Caleb Plant to the head. A lot of combinations, man. I want him going to Uzcategui body every now and again. But I want to see him push Uzcategui back and make Uzcategui function going backwards. But that's not Caleb Plant's style, and that's what I haven't seen on tape for him. When he get to getting aggressive, he always going side to side or going backwards, getting aggressive. Uzcategui, he got to really just put his high guard up, and just jab with Caleb Plant. Jab with him, go to the body, like I said before, cut the ring off, put the jab on him, step to, if Plant want to go to his right, step to his right, force Plant to go to his left, then you throw the left hook, first him to go to his right. Because I think Plant likes to go to his left. He can go either way. But I think he wants to go to his left. Step over, make him go to his right. Drop the left hook to the body. Then pin him against the ropes. Then work his body. I think Uzcategui needs to exclusively worry about the body early on. And then about the 5th, 6th, 7th round on, start to go to the head. A lot of left hooks. He got a big right hand. He got a really good right hand, good left hook. That's what I like to see him do. For that most of that part. But I think his fight favors Uzcategui in my opinion. But can Caleb Plant, at the Mayweather gym, find sparring partners that's going to be aggressive, and as his stamina improved enough? Because I don't see Caleb Plant coming out in the biggest fight of his life, being aggressive. I think it's going to come down to, can he outbox Uzcategui for 12 rounds to make Uzcategui look pedestrian? That could be a possibility. It's going to be, can Uzcategui knock out Plant, which I think that could be a possibility. So it's going to be an interesting fight. I think this is going to be a great mesh of styles. I think this should come on the West Coast. It's after the NFL game. So go over to FS1 and check it out. Like I said before, man, this is like the perfect storm. And also Devin Haney is fighting Friday on Showbox versus a guy from Africa. I can't pronounce his name, but he like 25-0, like 18 knockouts or something like that. So maybe I get to that prediction a little bit later. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Uzcategui, 11th round stoppage, stop Caleb Plant. I like Caleb Plant. I wanted to pick Caleb Plant. I just think Uzcategui's style is too good, and I don't think Caleb Plant is going to be aggressive enough to stop Uzcategui, in my opinion. That's my personal opinion. So I'm going to pick Jose Uzcategui by 11th round stoppage, man. I'm pulling for Caleb Plant as a fan. But I think Uzcategui is going to take that belt back to Zafner Boxing, probably sign to the zone. Then you can prepare to see him fight Canelo Alvarez. Appreciate everybody for checking in. But I took Jose Uzcategui, 11th round stoppage. This one I'm not too sure about, to be honest. It wasn't a ton of footage on Jose Uzcategui. It's not a ton of footage on Caleb Plant. So I got to put that asterisk there. But make sure you check out my Patreon channel, $2 a month, hardcore uncensored boxing. Give some good content every week, so y'all be on the lookout for that as well. Also got another tier on there as well. Don't forget, we on Facebook, we on Twitter. Also, you can reach out to me in the email. We got a Facebook group, all those links in the description as well. Also, you want to make a donation to the channel. Shout out to Gary Benson, made a donation last night. Salute. That link's in the description as well. Just share the videos, man. That's the most important thing you can do for me. We tweet out every video on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, man. I appreciate everybody who's showing love. Continue to check out the channel. Also, don't forget to go over to the Health Blaze at thehealthblaze.com. Use my promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Get 18% off immediately. And that's in addition to any other promos and discounts they're running over there. So go check them out. Lotions, soaps, bath bombs, deodorant, all natural products, man. Go get right with the Health Blaze website. Promo code is in the description. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Goodfella Sports TV. Y'all know what the